Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Jane. I'm a psychic and an energy intuitive. On this channel, we connect with energies that will bring us messages to assist us with guidance and education, truth, and confirmations. And these are all just to help us on our soul's journey. So with that, we are just going to begin right away. Spirit's a little pushy today. All of our sessions are timeless, and whenever you find this, it's the right time for you to get this message. Don't try to force anything or try to make anything fit. Spirit's asking me to bring out a card to set aside for later. I've had a lot of numbers today too, and number 12 actually happens to be one of them. So I've been getting a lot of 1212, 333, 111, 123. Also, Spirit is saying that they're advising to pay attention to some subtle signs and messages, that you're missing something about signs and messages. I'm not really sure what that is, so we're going to dig into the cards here and find out what's going on. They're also talking about that you could be having some feelings of nervousness and worry or anxiety, and the important to acknowledge and address these emotions. Okay, Spirit. This one. No, this one. Ooh, look at that one. That's cool. I don't think I ever saw that one. Ooh, this one's number 44. Okay. Is that two? Oh, I thought that was two cards for a minute there. Okay. Oh, my feather is popping out of here. Let's see. Spirit also was saying that you're a loyal person, or you have loyalty and mutual support, which is really, really good, by the way. And they're also saying that you have a strong bond or some kind of strong partnership or something. And that I was getting like growth, harmony, and balance. And they were saying that I think it's like the connection between air and water. I'm not really sure what the air and water represents. It could be your signs, but I was also getting earth signs as well. So the other thing too is they're saying that this might have like this nervousness that you're having, these emotions, that this worry, and it could be because of some sort of change is coming into your life, and it's kind of making you nervous. But you're being encouraged to view things from a different perspective and to gain new insights. And most of all, listen to your gut instincts and your intuition. And I also had a vision of a snake. The snake usually represents like a shedding of an old pattern, or shedding of a different community. Yeah, because that actually came up too when it came up about the partnerships, was about community. So you have honeybee here. Rainbow beauty. Yeah, I think it's just that there's like a new start or a new thing that's happening in your life, and it's, you know, you have to make decisions, and it's just making you nervous. And but they're just saying, like, if you trust your instincts and your intuition, and because you have that strong mutual bond, I mean, not a lot of people have that support, you know what I mean? Okay, Spirit, what is it you want here? They want me to pull out a card here. This one. Release. Yeah, that's what they were saying, to release these emotions, these worry. And you know, it's funny too, because there's been a lot of volcanoes erupting around the world too. So, you know, even the planet has to make that hurricane centered. Yeah, you know, with the hurricane centered, you know, it's almost like, you know, you can create a hurricane within your life, within with worry and with the nervousness. That can create like a repeating pattern that you might not want invading your life at this time. So that's something you might want to be a little cautious of. Okay, Spirit, where do you want to begin? I'm going to start with this deck here. Just sure what, oh my goodness, and I was seeing geese too. Those are geese. Alliance. Yeah, see, that's that partnership. That's the card, Spirit. Yeah, because I was seeing geese and eagles and seagulls. Alliance. Okay. South Node, the past. That's that repeating of those. Look, and there's number 332. That's that repeating of the past patterns that I was just talking about. The South Node. That's all about the past. Yeah, the past can really trigger us into making not such good. Look, and bees are on this too. Look at that. Yeah. Gemini is an air sign too. You know, and there's a really strong partnership too with bees. You know, they all work together. They work for the good of the whole, you know what I mean? Yeah, the moon came out twice too in this deck. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else here? You know, because they're saying, you know, they have the release and they have the past coming out right next to it. I'm pretty sure that you're going through a lot of these triggering, you know, growth does bring up old things though, that makes you look, and I split it again on progression. See, this is what they're trying to say. They're trying to say that if you're not addressing these and acknowledging these emotions, if you're not dealing with these feelings of nervousness, worry, and anxiety, and you're not releasing them, you're going to go into past behaviors, which is something you don't want to do. So addressing them. And that's why they keep bringing up everything like all these birds, because birds are like flying at a different height. And even on my calendar today have giraffes, and giraffes, you know, they can see like long distances. They can see way ahead of them, right? So they're talking about this different perspective. And then it comes up here with this progressions for journey, because you know, with this clock too, I think it's like time for you to grow, because that's where they were coming up with the word growth, with the harmony and balance. So because if you have a really good look, and in partnership on the bottom, no joke, Spirit, I was just about to say, like, if you have a strong bond and partnership, it's the next step to progress in that. So maybe that's what's freaking you out. Maybe you've had issues. And also me having the vision of the snake, that gives me the, you know how like snakes, you know, they shed their skin, and the, you know, because they're growing, like they're always growing, that they have to shed their old skin in order to progress, right? So with the partnership and the progression, so that's what this is about. I was wondering what all this nervousness and stuff is about. It has to do with your partnership and the progressing it. Okay, so you need to deal with these old issues. And this is, you know, what Spirit calls like that baggage. You know what I mean? Hold on. Oh my goodness, hold on. Okay. right, Spirit, what next? Okay. Look at that on the bottom. Solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. Okay. Let's see what they want here. Yeah. You know, not acknowledging or releasing your, if you're not releasing those old, like acknowledging those old emotions or addressing emotions, it's going to become, it will just build and build and build until it explodes. Look, crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experience, miraculous energy. And you know, that's what they're talking about, that about those intuitions, and that like listen to your gut instincts and whatnot. Okay, Spirit, let me cut this here. The divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, and coincidences. And this is what they were talking about, like your signs and those subtle messages that they've been trying to give to you. So you're not listening to, you're not seeing the signs. You know, maybe birds and feathers might be some of those signs. I'm not sure with the birds, because I've seen so many. I mean, the eagles and the geese and the seagulls, and then you have, you know, and then you have the snake, which is like really low. And then yeah, the snake. I'm pretty sure that you have to shed whatever this past thing going on. You got to release these emotions. Okay, this one, Spirit. Look at that, and dotes on the bottom. I release the need to know all the answers. Okay, Spirit. Okay, let me just grief. Yeah, you could be going through some grief with the past here. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. You know what? Maybe you've, yeah, you know what? Because, you know, the regret came right behind it. So perhaps you're having some kind of worry and nervousness about, and that you might regret something. Yeah, because fear is on the bottom as well. Okay, so regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And look, you got past right here. And fear, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, because if you have this like loyalty and this mutual support and a strong bond with a partnership, you know, like, I guess you're just going to lean into it, right? Yeah, pride card just popped out there for a sec. So maybe, you know, it's more so your pride than anything. Oh my goodness. Humor. Yeah. Okay, Spirit. What's the card you want here? Oh, good Lord. I'm spitting them everywhere, Spirit. Okay. Oh, Lord. What is going on? Not this one here. This one way in here. Humor. Look, and that I fell out and I threw it back in. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Okay, so that's what they're asking you to do, to really focus on that, because purpose, I know what I am here to do. Yeah, they want you to focus on that, because it'll help you make these decisions. Like if you were in a happier place, then you're going to be able to make those discern. Do you know what I mean? Like looking at these old emotions and acknowledging them, that these are the things that maybe you've gone through in the past and it's time to release them. You know, you have an alliance. If you have this partnership, then you don't need to worry so much. You know what I mean? Like try to move past that. The shower of blessings. Open yourself to receive. Pay it forward. Yeah, maybe this is your time to you know, like I know other people around you might be, oh, look, caring community. I'm not joking, because this brought up about the community twice now. Participate and belong, enrich your life. You know, they were saying how, you know, like if you found a happy partnership, and, you know, like I know a lot of other people could be suffering around you, but that doesn't mean it's not your turn. It's not your time, is what I just heard. You know, this could be just your time. Okay, Spirit, what do you want from this deck here? From here? Pure intention. Look, number 2. Wasn't there another thing, number 2? Find clarity, surrender your ego. Yeah, and see, that's why it comes right out under release, because of the ego. Pure intention. Yeah, here, look, number 12, even look, and number 12 has been a big number today. The freedom of truth, communicate honestly, be who you truly are. So if you're with somebody that is mutual, is loyal, and you have this mutual support with them, then there's no reason why you can't sit and talk to them and explain to them, you know, all what's going on internally within you. They told me I was supposed to get another card out of here. I don't know what that is. Jeez. Diamond radiance. You know, and this has a diamond. I was actually looking at that diamond just a moment ago. Number 11, you know, the ones, you know, it's funny too, because all those numbers have been coming out that I was talking about earlier, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else here, Spirit? I'm supposed to bring down this deck and I didn't. Okay, so they were saying that they want to go in a little bit deeper of why they just want something out of this. I don't know what this is. Okay, just want to hear, Spirit. Oh, Lord, I can't get it out. Uh-oh, I think I just lost the card. Look, face your fear. Yeah, they brought up the fear a couple times. You have to face the fear. It'll bring healing. That fear, actually, when you face that fear, it'll bring some sort of healing. Okay, there's something else here. Master Manifester. You know, that's funny too, because that card popped out twice. Okay. You know what? And that, you know, this one's on the bottom again, the illusion. Okay, so this card is actually, look, and then the number 10. Okay. You know, 38 too could also be 11. So facing your fear and using your intuition, because that's what your third eye is about, is connecting, you know, going into, like, being in that happy mode to connect. Spirit, what are you trying to tell these people here? Holy. What do you want them to know? Oh, okay, right. I didn't bring down this deck. January. Okay. celebration, fun, enjoyment, and that would come out underneath humor. That was weird. They want to give you a little bit more detail here. I don't know what that is. Oh, I just got a card backwards. Let me fix that. Oops. Okay, Spirit, what is it that this group needs to know here? I think when I saw those eagles, it was like, there's others like you. Because there's like, even though all these birds are different, they still, you know what I mean? They flock together. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. That's going to bring some more growth for you, because if you're dealing with the past, you need to confront this. These emotions are going to keep you trapped. You got to be careful with those emotions. They'll keep you trapped into, like, once you start getting into that worry, when you start worrying, it really brings you negative vibrations. You know what I mean? It brings negative people, more negative thoughts. Like, you're best off to acknowledge them. And when you acknowledge them, you're actually acknowledging your ego. And I noticed the ego, I think, came up a couple times here too. The ego, something about that. Oh. All right, Spirit, what else do you want to go here with this goldfish card? Desk. Pay attention to your work. And seeing it came out sideways. So that's what they're saying here. They keep talking about that you're missing some kind of message. You're missing something. You're missing signs or something. Oh, card just fell out when I try to shuffle here. What is this? Dog, protection from a powerful friend. And that's it. You have this loyalty and this mutual support. So I'm not sure why you're so... It has to do with some kind of old baggage or something. You need to release these for whoever this is. If you're starting a new partnership or new love interest or something, you're going to destroy it if you're not dealing with these past things. Like, you might, like they're saying here, you might have pure intentions, but if, oh yeah, there it is, surrender your ego. If you don't release this and deal with this past stuff, that diamond in the rough that you just found, it's not going to stick around. Did I just make a rhyme? Okay, so nest is in reverse here. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. And see, not saying that that is not important to you, but what's happening is that it's going to upset the nest if you don't deal with these emotions. Okay, so that's what it's all about, Spirit. Yeah, look, and torches on the bottom. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. That's what that's this whole thing that they want you to know. Because it's a lot about fire too. Like, you have this torch here, and you have the volcano. So they're ending it with fire. So you start with fire and you end with fire. So they brought out, so this is for all the signs, because they were talking about the earth, the air, the water, and now the fire. So they're talking about all the elements here. I don't know how that card was. Okay, so that's the end of it anyway, right? Okay, is there anything else here? Okay, they're just going to get me to read this. So whoever this reading is for, you really need to face your fears. You need to look right, and you'll see how these birds are facing the opposite direction, because that's what's going to do. It's going to put like a wedge, and you're going to be looking in two different directions, like the person that, or the partnership that you're involved in, that, like, if you have something good, you want to keep it, right? Number 44. Okay, number 44. Let me grab that book. There's something in there they want you to know. Here we go. Number 44. 43. New worlds are calling you forth. Not joking, Spirit. New worlds are calling you forth. Okay, when our world has become too small for our spirit, it can feel painful. like trying to walk in shoes that we've outgrown. Doing it for too long can leave one feeling crippled with pain and unable to walk. Your spirit is yearning to encounter new worlds of experience. The universe is responding to that need by broadcasting by broadening your horizons. You may welcome the unfamiliar even when it seems intimidating or unappealing. Know that you shall find a way to flourish. You always do. You may reside in these new worlds or choose to pass through on your way to yet more adventure. You are destined to embark upon new experiences, and sometimes a value is waiting for you. Let your spirit kick off your shoes, run barefoot and free along the beautiful path unfolding before you now. And that's what they're talking about, having like this humor and the lighter side of life. I'm not sure what it is that you're missing. I mean, even this reading could be a message to you other than just the words, like, maybe the diamonds, like, the release of the, like maybe you have a hot temper, or you let things build until you blow a gasket basically, and then you're like spewing all these words and emotions all over the place, and then nobody has a friggin' clue of what you're talking about because you let so much build up. And instead of acknowledging your nervousness and your worry and your anxiety, in a productive way. Okay, so we're going to leave it with that. And I hope this is going to be helpful for you to see things in a different way, and that maybe you can shed some of that old self and emerge a new one. So that'd be great, because I mean, we're all emerging into new people, really, because, every day we learn things new. And isn't that what we're supposed to do? Learn new things and try to change. And, but the main thing today is to, and that's why the vision of the snake was so prominent in this reading for me, because like your snakes every year, they're basically shedding their skin. So this card actually talked a lot about that, those new experiences, and moving on and trying different things. And you learn all you can in one stage, and then you got to move on to a next. But having that mutual support sure does help a lot. So a lot of people don't have that. So you should embrace that and be grateful. So I'm going to leave this reading now. And I hope this video finds you well. I bid you a good day, and sending love and light.